Welcome to Angel Amoroso Versus, and welcome to episode 9 of Fuck You, Mick Foley. We are going to get right into it. Let's make this screen big. Enter full screen. Hopefully it won't stop this time and it'll play all the way through. So comment if you need to say something, and enjoy. The views of the public on child molestation and pedophiles in professional wrestling, and how all these people, after exposing that Mick Foley had sex with an underage female, myself, and didn't think that he was a good representative for a rape and incest national network and whatnot. We got a backlash from his fans defending him, and that's what this show is about. So it's not about harassing Mick Foley. It's about letting all of you see how people get harassed when they come forth with their tragedies in life. So we'll start off by welcoming some of the people who have joined us so far. Clyde Fratton has joined us. Welcome, Clyde. Carmela Panfield has joined us. Welcome, Carmela. Dave Cruz has joined us. Welcome, Dave. Let's see if we could go down the list here without losing the screen. Okay, so what we're going to do is go to some articles that were written and for some reason archived and then taken down, which you can no longer comment on. These are articles from Reddit and 4chan and I don't know, a few groups here and there that thought they had like a lot to say. Craig Pendergrass has joined us. Welcome, Craig. So first off, we're going to get into the ones that were deleted heavily. First off is what? 4chan. 4chan. So let's go to that on the split screen and have some fun reading comments. I have such fun reading the comments. All right, so there we go. First off, okay, I guess would you like to start or should I start?
I'll start, I guess.
Okay, you start tonight.
All right, Anonymous. Mick Foley and Paul Heyman, pedos?
Pedos. I guess because the pedophile, I guess you could call them pedo.
Yeah. Angel Amoroso said she had sex with Paul Heyman when she was 12 and sucked Mick Foley when 15. Was 15. ECW full of pedos. Thoughts? So I guess that they linked the video of the one that passed it. Maybe?
Okay.
Okay. So Anonymous says, I guess it's another. It's all full of Anonymous.
And you notice it's like back to ECW again. They're bringing that up when no one brought that up. But let's move on.
And sucked Mick Foley off when she was 15. Okay, so they're correcting themselves.
Oh, okay. Well, good. They got it right.
Sorry.
That was right.
Anonymous says WWE is finished. Anonymous, feminist Mick couldn't be. I don't know if that's. Yeah, of course. Let's see. Meaning about Foley being a rapist is true. I don't know what these links are, but let's move on.
Okay, a lot of links are to different videos that when people are making comments and then they try to prove points, they link videos that are actually videos from our YouTubes. So when they're trying to prove me wrong, they're actually proving me right.
A male feminist and a Jew accused of such things, color me surprised. Wow, she claimed Ultimate Warrior, Road Dogg, and Dave Meltzer. Okay, I'm calling bullshit for some reason.
Call bullshit on. I mean, do they give us a reason why they would call bullshit? Right. Like, go on.
Piss off, social injustice warrior. No one wants to click on your shitty YouTube live talkie blog.
I agree with them.
Right. It's probably true, but this is fucking desperate. Bitch probably bragged and joked about it for years, but wants to hop on the celeb pedo bandwagon.
Here we go again.
I don't know what this. Wait, so So you hopped on it, but you've been talking about it and bragging about it for years. Okay.
Yeah, I've been bragging about it for years, but I just hopped on the train, the bandwagon with everyone else. It's like they're a hypocrite within their own comments. Go on. Cool. Some of this I just seen. So.
Calling bullshit. Dave is a virgin. He's never touched a titty in his life.
You would think that, though. I mean, I understand how they think that. I do. Okay. He's a freaking weirdo. And it's funny that one of our videos, one of our Fuck You Mick Foley episodes, as I posted earlier on my timeline, has been taken down or deleted or whatever for cyberbullying, believe it or not, over comments I made about Dave Meltzer. So go on.
Okay, someone said, do you think Mick fantasizes about his daughter? It's gross.
That's just a comment to even
so
make.
Gross.
I mean, I don't... when they start making inappropriate comments, it's just like it's going to be about everything and anything.
So they just posted a picture of Dave Meltzer, and they say Dave Meltzer fucked her. Another comment. So the only proof they have is a kayfabe promo. Wow. So, okay, let me just shuffle his bed sheets, get my dick here. Okay, so cough.
Some comments don't make enough sense sometimes, but go on.
Group cult of people. A shadow of doubt. Dave is a virgin friend. Someone said Janetti implicated. Why am I not surprised? Okay. All right, let's see.
Okay, so at least they're reasonable enough to not question Mark Janetti. But as I said, I have no problem with Janetti.
Report advertising thread. Someone posted the video that we posted. I'm not really sure what that is. All right, Dave, what would you rate that pussy? Oh, that's terrible. LOL, what the fuck is this?
Oh, I guess it was a live stream because it says 22 watching right now.
Oh,
so it's probably
Angel
a live
confronts
stream
McFoley, right?
That someone was sharing at the time that it was happening.
Okay. Right. If 4 stars, it wasn't good, it wasn't bad. It's, I don't know, maybe though.
So that's Dave Meltzer giving his 5-star rating on what my pussy rating was. That's very classy.
Was removed for harassment and bullying, but now back up.
Yeah, the one we made. I wonder why it went back up.
Someone said I gave it 3.25. It wasn't bad. Okay, it's one of those other ones. LOL, just check her Twitter. How can you take her seriously?
There's nothing on my Twitter. Like, I'm not a Twitter person. I'm more of a Facebook kind of person, to be honest with you. And that's what they tag me as. But, like, look at my Twitter. Go on. Look at my Twitter. See if you find anything unusual on my Twitter.
On, Neil. All right, underrated. Grapple Vision is such a faggot, someone says. According to her, the wrestlers who sexually, so they put SEC. Abused her were question mark. Stan Lane, Bobby Eaton, Johnny Gase, question marks, Road Dogg, Chris Adams, Kevin Von Erich, Eddie Gilbert, Brian Pillman, Mike Enos, Ultimate Warrior, Dave Meltzer, Bruce Beefcake, Marty Jannetty, Sid Vicious, Tully Blanchard, Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Mick Foley, Paul Heyman. Alright.
I don't know what the question marks were about when I made a full friggin' video about it, but okay.
You know the part when he pulls out and sticks it in her ass saying, plans change. Wonder if the dirt sheet report or ignore it because it's Mick Foley. I guarantee if it were someone else that they'd be all over this. Even if it is nonsense. Some woman loon protesting outside with a bunch of people at a Mick Foley book signing or whatever he's doing, claiming sexual. Someone says, literally worked. The absolute state of this mark.
The state of this mark, meaning me.
No, I think, no, it was in comment to somebody else who say it was work.
Okay, said, all right, well, I mean, work. What would he benefit off of this when people saying, maybe this was a stunt that Mick Foley orchestrated? What the fuck would Mick Foley gain out of me doing this? I don't understand what they're thinking, but go on.
Doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Can't be fucked watching OP's 2.5 hour video, though. Okay. Women should literally have to shut the fuck up about this allegation shit unless they A, have a historically filed criminal complaint, or B, are in the process of a formal criminal complaint in line with proper justice system guidelines. This hyper-magnified, unmitigated character assassination of the court of public opinion should be illegal.
I agree that it should be, and he doesn't know what I filed and what I didn't file. And in this whole hashtag Me Too movement that they keep bringing up and saying that that's the only time that I brought it up way before this. And you're kind of being a hypocrite, telling me to just shut up and stop complaining about it, and then in the same sentence telling me to go file a complaint just to satisfy you, stranger. Go on.
Okay. Okay, nice. Someone says, another.
Yeah, nice. So, like he made some sort of a point. Now he's fucking Albert Einstein. Go on.
Let's see. Go on. Wouldn't you know this thing? No, you already did that.
Okay, so far you see the comments, and this is 4chan again.
Yeah.
This is mild. This is mild. It gets worse. So please hang in there and comment if you feel the need.
Yeah. Mick is a huge male feminist and is a volunteer at Tori Amos' Rape Foundation. He's obviously hiding something in his past. Yeah, someone before that said, wouldn't surprise me at all. Foley's virtue signaling definitely means he's hiding something. Foley is a feminist and Heyman is a Jew. Totally expected. Someone says, "Cum dumpster tumblerina screams rape with no proof or witnesses. Since fucking when did 4chan start siding with the enemy? If any of you faggots believe for a second what that lainted land whale has to say, I'd like to sell you the deed to the Brooklyn Bridge." Sell you the deed to the Brooklyn. Okay. You're a faggot, someone says. Seething. That doesn't change the fact that you're a faggot. Oh, man. Why do we have to jump to this? Being called.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you even have to say the word out loud because they wrote it is, again, these are written comments. These are not our opinions. These are the opinions of Mick Foley's fan base and the public in general, who, and this is their response to a person who is exposing themselves as a victim, as a person just with a story to tell to raise awareness. Whatever reason, this is their reaction to it. Please continue.
Will.
I'm having fun listening to this story as you tell it. Go on.
I will. This is bigger than some stupid internet rivalry. This is about decades of abuse protected by a power dynamic. He's a smart person.
Very intelligent.
Pedomod BTFO. They won't report it because she's obviously a fucking loon and lying through her teeth. My girlfriend disagrees. Someone... some kind of meme picture.
All these people who are saying about she didn't report anything, did you check it out with my local police? And did they actually give you that it's secured class? Like, that's information that I guess they just want you to think that they can just get from the police. Like, oh, did she file a report? Well, who are you? Oh, well, I'm from Facebook and I have to know because she said it. So you should just tell me now. Like, please. And the fact that...
Oh, shut up, Jerry Phil Cox.
Okay.
See, that name alone is like...
No, we're going to get to the comments after the video.
All right, let's do this.
We'll get to the comments after the video. So you just keep making them, and that'll take up more of our time at the end of the program. So
hang in all there, these things, and just people continue.
Hang in there. All right, we'll get to you.
All right, Mick Foley has always been a rapist. Stop the presses, and they responded, "Attention whore who wants attention." Okay. This is about decades of... Okay.
Hold on. Attention whore who wants attention. But if I wasn't saying anything, then why isn't she saying anything so that we would know about this? So, yeah. Okay, hypocrites. Go, keep going.
So the person who said something about the power dynamic, they said, take it to Tumblr, faggot. Okay. Fix that one. And I don't even know. Oh, some of these comments aren't even in reference to you. Alright, so he melts fucked everybody who has ever paid him on the 1095. Whatever. Your girlfriend doesn't exist, and even if she were, you can't prove it, faggot. I don't know. This is like...
You know what? Stop reading that word. Just say fag because it's less offensive.
I know.
And shorten it. I don't know.
Alright, 15-year-old doesn't count as a pedo. What does that mean?
A 15-year-old doesn't count as pedophilia? Please, everyone, give me your opinion on whether or not you think that a 25-year-old man should be having sex with a 15-year-old girl. Go on, please. Continue.
The one-time baller isn't mentioned. It really doesn't. It's just some woman trying to get easy money as always. You could be a virgin and still have to pay some girl just to shut her up if she accuses you of rape or sexual misconduct.
What does that even mean? That doesn't even apply to me. This
okay.
What?
Ring rat sucks and fucks wrestlers in 90s. Decides to cry rape decades later because allegations guarantee attention and the chance of money. And this person
said, chance of what money? From where?
This is why some people have respect for women. Someone said.
Oh, why? Because they come forward when things were done wrong with them. And who, first off, you shouldn't cry.
First, you shouldn't come out. Then you should have came out exactly when it happened. But you never should have came out at all.
Looking for money. But when have you ever heard me mention anything about money? Yeah, okay.
All right, big money melter.
The truth is uncomfortable.
Disseminating the geeks. All right, decimating.
Whatever.
She looks honest and trustworthy. I don't know. Who looks... It's like saying somewhere sounds far, like, just by the name of it. Like, what does that even... Alright. Trying to get any money at all from Heyman. She really was an ECW, someone says. Gee, if all these guys are sexually assaulting you, maybe stop showing up.
Maybe if you don't know the story, take 7 minutes out and find out a little bit of the background instead of shooting your mouth off when you don't know the facts of the story, asshole. Moving on.
Based. I don't know.
Moving on.
She's a fucking hideous creature. The world should end if someone believes a word she says. Oh my god, just if someone believes the whole world
fucking creature.
Boom. Alright.
So terrible.
I am not watching this 2-hour-long bullshit, whatever, and is fake and gay?
Oh, we don't even know what he's talking about because I've never had a 2-hour video.
So she's like Sasha Banks, but bigger titties and an even bigger forehead. Hey, that's a sign of wisdom.
First off, I don't know what that means. I'm just like Sasha Banks. I don't know what the insult is there because I don't watch. I'm not a mark. I don't watch wrestling, so I don't know what the joke is there. And also, if this is a big forehead to you, maybe you need to reevaluate measurements. Go on.
Okay.
I don't know.
America somehow thinks you're a pedo if you have sex with a 15-year-old.
LMAO. That's because when you are a grown man and you have sex with a minor, that's pedophilia.
Yeah, they say 16 and under.
That's statutory rape, at least. Pedophilia is more.
Yeah, pedophile. That's like
pedophilia is, I guess, more in the range of like you're into infants and adolescents, like
before the age of 13. If you don't have that teen in your name, then that makes
okay, that's fine. But you know, as lumping it into they have committed sexual assaults. I agree that when it's statutory rape, then they should just be called sex offenders like they are. And, you know, they're still pedophiles because a pedophile's a pedophile. That's it. So where are we here?
Okay, just liberals. Is that S4? Not really sure what that means. Okay, I wouldn't call MICK FOLEY a pedo. At the time when she was 15, the point of view of society towards this kind of situation and other circumstances assuage the fact that Foley had a different kind of relationship with her, but if he did those things without her desirability and approval, I would call him a rapist. But we don't know for sure what happened.
Okay, but still, without my desirability and approval, he was still 25 and I was 15, and at one point he was 24 and I was 14. So let's take it into consideration that no matter how much desirability and approval that I gave towards any situation that happened at any time, the law states that that's statutory rape. Moving on.
Okay, who is that guy? Pedro Mod, beautiful again. She reminds me of Jessie Slaughter for some reason.
I don't know who that is, so we're not going to even address that. If anyone knows who Jessie Slaughter is and wants to fill me in, please leave it in the comments section.
No one will take her accusation seriously when it is presented through these annoying cunts channel.
So what, are we the annoying cunts? And so no one's going to take it seriously from the person that it happened to?
Then who's it going to take, like, where are you going to take it seriously from?
Who are you supposed to listen to if you're not hearing it from, I got to say, from the horse's mouth directly? Like, we're cunts because we're the ones telling the story instead of going and looking for money to get paid for interviews, like people who do make things up go and do. They search for TMZ and Daily Mail or whatever, Inside Edition or whatever these fucking shows are. They search for these people to hunt for money. And if you caught me on any of those shows, please send me a copy of it and let me know where I was the one who was gold digging, or in some way how in the world of social media where everyone puts everything on their YouTubes and their Facebook lives, that somehow we're wrong for trying to tell the story through our own mouths without being paid for it. So cunts for that. Okay, so moving on.
All right. Another soft cock SJW turns out to be a sex pest. No, but really, it's wrestling. So how is anyone surprised by this shit? I mean, isn't it common knowledge that Becky Bayless was traveling with Raven when she was 15 or something?
Okay. I think I've already spoken on that, and it's none of my business. And the other girls who had this problem when they were younger girls at 14 and 15, I really, I can't wait until you guys get a heart and some courage and speak up a little bit and realize that you're being used, and not because you're talented, it's because people have things to hide. That's all. That's all. Moving on.
Okay, so this might be someone you know on Facebook or somebody who just brought up the picture of me and you when I was a baby. She says she was 16 in this photo and this kid is hers. Okay.
Well, they did some research.
They know that.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, there's another picture of it. It's good.
Okay, you have to go back, someone says. I don't know, like, tits like that at 16, I'd rape her. Oh, if this were...
Pardon? May we read that comment again, but a little louder with projection? Go on, please. Read it with emotion. Go on.
Tits like that at 16, I'd rape her.
That's the culture and society that we're living in right now. Tits like that at 16, I'd rape her. And that's not a joke. Comment. It's not an LOL after that or a laughing emoji or anything. They would rape me just based on the size of my breasts. Go on.
Okay, in response to, and he clearly isn't, so what's the problem? Someone says too much soy. I don't know. A picture of you and I. The girl is now 25. The question is, who is the father?
Why is that the question? Why is the question, who is the father of my daughter? And let me say, to the ones of you out there who have harassed my daughter in the past, sending messages, and then thought that you were harassing her by sending me messages on different accounts, asking if, do you know what a group of your mother is? And are you
don't know who your mother is?
Yes. Are you sure that Bruce Beefcake isn't your father? And stuff like that. Like, yeah, she's sure that
they're telling me, oh, your mom wasn't born in 1975, and your mom is actually Angel Orsini, and she's born in 68, and you don't know what you're talking about. Okay. You're not even there. You don't even exist. We
are fully aware of what the DNA situation is. She's her father's twin, and regardless of the people that that my ex-husband looked like several different wrestlers, including Brutus Beefcake. Perhaps that's where some resemblance comes from, but I assure you that I know who my child's father is. I was married to him.
I know.
So moving along.
Okay. Another picture made that they probably found on my Facebook. I mean, they had to because
of course
it was. And they talk about my breasts now and are also huge, and they're not really that big. Like, won't be surprised if she becomes a wrestler. What do they think this is?
Well, you know what? I would be fucking surprised. I would be shocked if you became a wrestler. Seriously? That ain't fucking happening. You know what it is? Like, because these stupid motherfuckers think that this is some kind of a stunt. Because every other wrestler from the past figures, I want to get my child into wrestling and push them to the top since I'm all broken down and can't do anything. That's not about this. Believe me, I don't want my daughter around fucking wrestlers. I don't even want to be around wrestlers. Do you think I want my daughter around them? Please, don't fucking flatter yourselves. Don't fucking flatter yourselves.
You dress me up as a boy.
Exactly. Moving on. We don't have to get into all of that. So
maybe she is just a hoe.
Who? You?
No.
They don't. Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
Even if she is telling the truth, when you start looking through her social media and past, it is such a clusterfuck of shady shit you can't make any sense of it all.
How's that?
They also have a legitimate, I thought she was 18 defense because she looked 18, may have said she was 18, was working for ECW, and was even doing fetish porn videos at the time. I am also not convinced she is telling the truth about her age. She has posted screen caps of her doing fetish wrestling videos when she was supposedly 13 years old. I know some girls develop more and more quickly than others, but this seems questionable. Why?
Does it? Really?
My nails are messed
Well,
up.
perhaps because they actually didn't read the captions to the pictures, and they don't know me. So, of course, they wouldn't know this. And I still have those videos. And I have these stamps on them from when they were made, some master copies. And I also have pictures that were developed at the time the videos were being taken with the dates on the back of the photos. So I can prove what year they were, regardless of how they may be reproduced and sold right now and whatever date reproduction is put on them. They were obviously not made in the year 2001, and anyone could see that. That's a whole other subject that I'm not going to get into because this is an episode of Fuck You, Mick Foley. Not Angel got exploited through child pornography in some way in naked hotel room wrestling. Yeah, so we'll get to that for some other time. Moving on.
And we'll read people's enlightened comments on that.
Oh, of course.
Someone says, is that my cherry crush? I'm not really sure. Oh, fuck, someone says. Oh, come on. With all those $11.99 rolling in, he's bound to have hired a whore by now. Now, tell me a healthy heterosexual man who wouldn't fuck her senseless. But if she's under, like, there's so many women of age that...
A healthy man would fuck me senseless. Yeah, but then a healthy man would have enough morals to know that if I'm 15 years old, whether or not I look like you want to fuck me senseless, you probably shouldn't because it's just not right. And regardless of whether or not I want to fuck you senseless, it doesn't matter. You're the adult and you're the one who should be making a decision to make the right decision. Go on.
Holy fucking big ding dong diddly dick daddy Dave. That's a mouthful. I love Angel. Post more. Also videos, preferably of her losing.
Well, that shouldn't be too hard, right?
Are Angel's hands natty? I mean, they're pretty huge, but she's kind of thick.
Do I have to address that during
She's all natty, you pinhead. I mean, especially like when someone just mentioned she was 13 in those videos, and because she was so.
Do they really think that I got breast implants when I was 12 years old, and that's what they still look like right now? Like, do you really think that somehow a plastic surgeon would put implants in a 12-year-old back in the day? Like, that didn't happen in the 80s, from what I know. It didn't happen to me.
All right, so source, someone says, I don't know what that was a reference to. Did Angel draw dimes?
Go on.
This, you see, the fact of the matter is, in this business, the only question that matters is whether you can or cannot draw dimes. Nothing else matters.
Well, you know what? To answer that question, if they'd like to know if I draw dimes or not, look up Super Summer Sizzler Spectacular 93 for NWA Eastern Championship Wrestling, and then you can see how many fucking dimes I drew. All right, motherfucker? Moving on.
Excuse me. Correction, 17 years old after looking at the dates again. Well, I don't even, what? Have a seat over there. I legit have no idea when that's from. She's seriously underage in it? Like, not memeing here. I am also, alright, wait, alright. I am also not convinced she is telling the truth. Oh, someone in reference to that. Holy Yamola source. I don't know.
Okay,
according to her, yes. Likewise, they're all talking to each other in threads. I don't know. All right, I'm going to say 1617, going by her hairstyle and the screen cap. She says she sells the videos on Facebook.
I never said I sell the videos on Facebook. I never said that. I would never sell the videos, because if I did, I would be just as wrong as the people who are reproducing them right now, telling people that they're new videos and then hiding them in things that are under different categories like tweens and teens, and they're selling them that way. So I would be just as much breaking the law as they are right now.
This guy keeps asking for source, and someone said, do your own fucking work, man. She claims she's 10 in that video. Oh my god.
Who said that?
Yeah, I think her claims
in
about
that video? No, I didn't say I was.
How old she is are something best taken with a lot of salt. I'm done. Everyone claims that she's charging the story about her age. She's changing the story about her age. I've watched 3 videos and they said the same thing, 12 to 17, which would mathematically calculate to 1987 through 1992, since she was born in 1975, which would make her 42 right now. Oh my god.
Yay!
Did she really say that she was 10 and 1? Because that would mean in 1985, that would mean 1985, and I never heard that year come up. Where is the video when she mentions 10, and who is she accusing in that time frame?
Thank you. Thank you for being so observant to point out other people's fake news and trying to mislead people with things that I never said. I did say that I was I was doing apartment wrestling since the age of 10, and that's true. I did say that, but I didn't say that those pictures or that video was from it. I never said that.
Someone says she claims she's 10 in the video. Someone says, no, she doesn't. Quit making shit up.
Exactly. Thank you.
Where the fuck are the mods? Someone says, how old is she now? Someone asks. Well, just go back and same goes for you. This really is confusing enough without you shit posting more confusion into it. So whoever posted this thing about someone calling somebody out because, like, no one said that she was 10, so they're bringing attention to it. Right. Someone says, this is confusing enough without you shit posting. So if you're on this side,
is on my side and actually giving people the right information so that they're not misinformed, and you go down the thread and all these people are telling him that he's wrong and stop shit talking and making the situation worse by confusing people. He's trying to clear it up for people to tell them that they're wrong on the dates, and he's the shit post. Yeah, he's the shit post.
Someone says on her Twitter is one of the posts with the pictures of her in that outfit. It's not in a video. I'm just saying that it's a fact that she is now 42 years old. Oh, I think this is the first.
This is last year.
That's all. No shit posting here. She never said that she was 10. I can't find it anywhere. If you're not lying, tell us where we could see her saying that. No one's trying to argue here, but wrong is wrong.
Show us. See, when you tell people, screenshot it and show it to me. Or if it's in the video and you heard it, you know, take a little clip and then play it back for me.
And it's from
you never get a response.
That's not her. Like, they automatically believe it because it, like, confirms their beliefs about
it. Came from someone else, or someone else said it, and they're like, she said this. No, I didn't.
Someone says she's immensely ill, lying attention to her. Stop giving it to her. Someone says they're called women,
and the thing is, that same person will say, don't give her attention because now she's bringing it up. But if I would have brought it up to them, if I brought it up, but if they would have heard about it 10 or 15 years ago, they would have been saying the same thing. So it wouldn't have mattered when I said anything.
Comment back. Reread your own comment. You said that she was 10 in that video. Now you're saying that it's on. So is she changing her story, or are you changing your version of the stories to try to make her look like she's lying to try to make yourself look right?
Oh, see how people catch on to trolls who troll the situation and try to fuck the whole story. Oh, I love this. Please continue. I'm enjoying this one.
Someone says, right? This filtered, someone says. In the video from which the photo comes pinhead. So she says on her Twitter that she was 10 in the video from which those photos come. Someone says, link to the tweet or shut the fuck up. Someone says, I did your work for you. She says she started doing videos when she was 10 years old, not that she is 10 in that specific video.
Exactly. Thank you. And that's exactly what I just said before that was even... Please.
There is no way in hell that woman in the video is 10 years old. She looks just like the pic, whatever they retweeted it, and is probably 17, 18 years old.
Probably. And they're assuming things after someone who knows better is telling them the fact.
All right. Okay. Fess up. Which one of you is this? We can put this to bed with a simple question. How big were their dicks?
Oh, so in other words, they think that that's me defending myself on a 4chan board when, yeah. Like, come on, oh, we know it's you. Like, I would even participate in any of these conversations that were going on. First off, I was suspended from Twitter and
quite a while.
Facebook on, like, every different account and for quite a while. So a lot of times I couldn't respond. And when I did try to respond, you motherfuckers would block me out of the group and start deleting my comments, like, and then, you know, start just making up this bullshit. Is this the end of? This isn't the end of 4chan.
So please, holy fucking Simpola. All right, that's done. Do you know we just went through just a minute and 41 seconds stuff? Like it's probably an hour already. All right, so we'll finish the 4chan stuff up.
Yeah, please let us. I think I could go through this. Yeah. Red archive. Yeah, you cannot reply anymore because yeah. They cut off, you can't do polls, you can't respond, you can't make comments, you can't do anything. They say, end this, close this.
What do you know what to say?
So this is the first post here?
Yes.
Okay, Mick Foley accused of rape, anonymous. Former wrestling personality, Angel Amoroso, accuses Mick Foley of having sex with her when she was 14, 15. And then they showed links to these different videos, and then entitled the videos Bang Bang, which that was not our titles, I'm pretty sure. And then the follow-up comments are Bang Bang. And then the second was, if she has no direct proof, then her only hope is to try to mainstream media to cover her accusations, because I guarantee you among wrestling fans, nobody is going to take her seriously without proof. Not to side against Foley for all people. Fuck that. Foley is to be beloved. Bitch is going to need hard proof.
Foley is too beloved.
He's a little bit too beloved that this is the way they treat people. Next comment is if she has no proof. Okay, go on. And this is what I don't get. Why didn't she report him when he asked her to give him oral sex? Who talked about this to that extent? It seems like she consented and waited more than a decade to use it against him. Only proof she has is the worn tights. Not sure if she still has them since there's a picture she took. She had a lighter. Move up.
Was at the end of
And then Anonymous goes on to say, because I get here we go. If she has no direct proof, then her only hope is to get mainstream to cover her accusations.
Okay, so
because I guarantee. Okay,
right, and this is what I don't get.
Okay, and this is what I don't get. Why don't she report him? Okay, we got that one. Either way, this is huge story. This is huge story. Surprised it hasn't mentioned on here as much. Very ironic since he does that rain thing. Yeah, real ironic, huh? Kurt Angle raped Big Show of his dignity. In 2004. Where's the investigation on that? But there's more. Paul Heyman agrees with the accuser. And this was a video that we'll get to at some point that was put on Instagram of Mick Foley being accused of sexual misconduct with the 15-year-old. And Paul Heyman liked the video on Instagram. So that's what that's about, and it's a link to it. Very weird, very odd, I think. Real odd. And then Anonymous says, did he know she was underage? She was pretty well developed. But was it Cactus, Mankind, or Dude Love? People are so immature about this situation. This came out about a month ago and nobody cared because she's clearly full of shit and fucked in the head. Yeah, you clearly to them. Move down the screen. I can't see it. Clearly, I'm fucked in the head. I'm just making all this up, right? All right. This came out, let me see. Current WWE made me hate this man. Fuck this fat ass. No matter how fat he is, doesn't, you know. We're all a little fat, whatever. Of course, it was Dude Love, and it was under the influence of drugs. Like, this person, what, are you answering the question for me? Anonymous says, here's another YouTube video on her. Quite the story, if true. Now, I think that was a link to the skim, which you can see on all of our YouTubes. If you'd like to take 7 minutes to just take a look at it, please go and do that. Another one said, dude, too much love. He should have just reverted to Cactus Jacket. Man is too kind. Well, they had a lot of wordplay going there, so I won't be too hard on them for that. Anonymous says, supposedly Paul Heyman had a relationship with her when she was 12. I don't know if it's true. Very shocking. And then that's another link to a video that says, fuck even Meltzer and Warrior accused of rape. The next one says, base Mick with his nuclear cum. All right. more battery acid, but you know, if you want to call it nuclear, you can call it what you want. Anonymous says, be a liberal, complain about conservative raping women, champion women's rights, rape women, and like clockwork. Okay. And he also stalk Tori Amos at some point. I have a feeling, or Nick has got a lot of skeletons in his closet. Is that true? Because I know he runs that like Unslut project, which I'll get into later. Why would you want to encourage young girls to be proud of being sluts? And don't let people bully you if you're someone who has underage sex. Like, that's exactly what they should be doing. If your friend should be calling you a slut if you're having sex when you're 13 or 14 years old. There is no unslutting. Like, if you discourage them and call them names, maybe they'll fucking stop. So this motherfucker's part of a group that says, don't be ashamed of being an underage girl who has sex. Another organization that he's a part of that I don't think is very appropriate. Just please, everyone, think about this. Okay, next, the Ultimate Warrior is no raper, you lying ass bitch. You keep spreading lies like Bliss spreads her legs for nigga dick. Then I'm gonna rape your face, you heard? That's more inappropriate comments that I wanted to read in a lifetime. But moving on, Flair fucks anything that walks.
No, wait. Yes.
Yeah, okay, go up. Where are we?
Yes, a recent podcast covered this. This lady has accused Marty Jannetty and Ric Flair of child abuse.
Yeah, I don't even know what podcast that is, but who cares? Because they're all full of shit getting their details wrong. Okay, go up. Keep going. Okay, keep going. All right. It's Flair fucks anything that walks, so no surprise there. Next comment. Kill yourself, you unfunny fag. Next comment. The man cheated at Buffalo wing eating contest. He's capable of anything. My friend John Rankin would know about that since he was like on his team for Wing Bowl. Next comment. Dear God, what else does he keep in that fanny pack? I don't know what that means. What's the deal that Mick's obsessive Christmas Santa fetish? Why do you keep moving up?
No, it just does it on its own.
No, you're doing it.
No way.
All right. Will you stop that?
I ain't doing it.
What's the deal with Mick's obsessive creepy Santa fetish? Jesus Christ, I blocked the cringe out of my mind. I remember I had hoped this was a work of some kind. Was it ever confirmed that he actually cheated in the contest? Did he admit to it? First they were trying to make it out like concerned about the issue at hand, but they were really concerned about the Buffalo ones. And, you know, maybe cheat, who knows? People say it looks like it's worked. It explains all his virtual signaling in
virtue signaling in
2000 to 2017. What's virtue signaling? I don't know what you mean by that, but I'm sure it's something significant. Does this mean he possibly stuck his penis in Noelle? Looks like he paid for VIP meet and greet tickets to one of her shows. Are you surprised? Most liberal fags pander to women because they have sexual motives. If women were not a part of liberalism, they wouldn't give no shits about it. Two shits about it. Worked was the next comment, as if this is all some kind of stunt being pulled and it's fake. And, you know, you guys want to think that. You keep thinking that. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, the next says hasn't he said on multiple occasions because of the insane hardcore shit he's done, he finds peace in Christmas, which helps him keep some of his sanity. Steve Austin beating Deborah in the back of the head couldn't make me hate him. What the fuck does she think she's going to accomplish with this? So now they're saying that Deborah's wrong for saying that she got beat
No
up.
matter
So
what
all
Mick
women,
does,
no, but they're talking about Steve
anyhow.
Austin. Like now everyone's going to be right for what they did. The male variety of the left-wing activists tends to come into two favors: smug sociopaths who other people use other people as toys, and spiteful, malicious thugs who want to bum down the world.
Both of which are projecting like mad. Foley is basically admitted to being the latter. He enjoys hurting people. He said so himself. I will say that he doesn't strike me as a creeper, though. That tends to be more of a trait of the sociopath variety. Anyways, listen and believe. Right, Foley? Sadly, I don't think that this will lead him to understand why people oppose feminism.
Thank you for knowing what I'm trying out, because I couldn't read that for a second.
It's a colostomy bag, so poop. So I guess they were saying that in reference to the fanny pack.
Okay.
Okay. Manifestation of the CTE, pal. He thinks it's Christmas all year. And then another person say, worked. Blah, blah. Okay. All right. This is the end of the 4chan.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
it's not.
It was. I scrolled down the whole
pictures
thing.
in there.
What picture?
My favorite post.
That was the end.
The pink hair. My favorite post.
All right.
No,
that's what I was.
I seen it.
That was right. This is it.
Now we're going to get to my favorite post of all. This is on 4chan, by the way. And in this day and age of such sensitivity about racism and whatnot, I'd like to bring attention to this lovely post right here. If Christina would move it up a little bit so that I could read the whole post, please. Can you please move it up, please?
It's right there.
Okay, but I can't read the bottom. Okay, we'll start with the top. When all this Weinstein bullshit inevitably his WWE, I don't know, who do you think will be the first one outed as a sexual predator? On this guy. And then there was a picture of Mick Foley, and
the story was told on a podcast already too.
Right.
Just reading the comments.
It's
just
so,
people don't pay attention.
So don't bother with the comments right now. It already happened to Vince, I think, at least once or twice. Nobody on the company gave a shit outside of one person making an accusation. Now, the anonymous said that the accused was Mick Foley, JBL, Randy Orton, John Cena, Vince McMahon, Triple H, and Pat Patterson. So they've all been accused by other people of some kind of sexual assault within the past decade or so, and it's gone just unmentioned. And now we're going to get to my favorite 4chan post of all time, and here we go. Anonymous says, from who? That fucking crazy nigger? Angel Amoroso, who fucked the entire ECW locker room. News to me. She now says she was only 16 when she fucked Mick. Mick was not seeing his wife either. She also claimed to have been abused by Dave Meltzer. He's not even a fucking wrestler. Like, what the fuck is up with this crazy bitch? Anyway, she posted tons of her crazy shit. If you dig her up on Twitter and just search her on YouTube, there's a ton of videos of her standing outside of Foley book signing from like 2 or 3 months ago, saying that he molested a minor and all kinds of vulgar shit in front of children. Bitch is unstable and fucking nutty. Now, first off, a nigger. They said nigger. Am I allowed to even repeat that I'm reading the word nigger right now? That was put in, that was said about myself, and now will be on the internet forever. It will say nigger and Angel Amoroso next to it. And that picture,
because this 4chan was taken down.
It doesn't matter because that picture was posted all around Twitter and shared, and I believe that V Fuzo and his friends did this. But okay, first off, all the misinformation in this is ridiculous. I fucked the entire ECW locker room. You need to get your story straight on what error was being spoken about when I was an actual ring rat, as you would refer to it. And I never said a fucking word about 16 or fucking ECW. So Get your fucking story straight, asshole. Okay. Next comment. This is working my dick into a shoot. Feed me more. Fucking disgusting ass people. It's definitely a reality in wrestling. It's a fucked up business, but it's also unlikely. Most of these little fan fictions are legit happening. It's always the fuckers you'd never expect. Look at Woods and Maddox that are shady little fucks. And then what exactly did they do on what levels of pedo and rapist? I don't. You decode what I just read. You can see it. Move up. Nobody will get #MeToo'd. Wrestlers handle stuff internally. So this is someone who knows what he's talking about. Anonymous says, to continue the list of wrestlers who were accused of sexual assault: Bob Holly, Kevin Nash, Raven, CM Punk, and then it moves on to literally everyone associated with WWE is a sexual predator. These are not my words. This is on a 4chan board. And one person says no chance, but then shows a little clip of Vince McMahon obviously assaulting a woman there. And then people say, based, you won't be far off. Foley has that reputation. So some people know that he has that reputation. I didn't know of his reputation later in life. I'm just talking about, my situation with him. I didn't know that he had this reputation for being such a fucking scumbag otherwise. Her claims about Foley are a bit retarded. He started dating his wife in 1990 and was too ugly and creepy to get laid by fans. Her timeline is so fucked up, and she must have been a complete whore for years because she claims to have started fucking Paulie dangerously in 1988. Seems like a pathological liar and psycho because literally every single wrestler from that era, from every company, is a rapist if she's correct. Well, all right. Moving on. I don't even know what to say about that ridiculousness. Next is a clusterfuck of pictures. I don't know if they're like pictures of me that are all put together on there, and we're not going to click on it to see it. How many legends did the Bellas have to entertain to get their spot in the company Ding Dong's Diddy? Foley is too much of a nice guy to do shady shit like that. Like, Mick seems the kind of dude to ask a chick if he can hold her hand during a date. If anything, I have my money on that buck-tooth beaver being one. Ooh. I don't know about buck-tooth. I mean, if they're referring to me, I wouldn't say I'm buck-tooth, a little crooked tooth, but I don't know what they're talking about. Okay, they wouldn't, and next comment, they would suck up to legends they came across to get a good word in. It's bad when even Bret Hart is putting over the Bellas instead of Natty. It's bad when Foley is praising them, putting his daughter's PR on hold for them after they serviced the clique and knew their time was up. They married number 1 and number 2 in a company, Cena and Bryan, to keep their place. It's insanity. Do you believe this? I mean, yeah. I do, yes. I heard the Bella twins were naked in the hot tub with Tony Atlas. Okay, go ahead. You take a turn, please.
Okay. Nothing, you simp. It's just hell conniving. They clearly are underneath as human beings compared to the people they pretend to be on a daily basis. They aren't on the pedo level of Foley and shit, but just think about what you know now. You now know about them and what you do not. You're saying that wrestlers have some kind of a court? Some kind of a court? Yeah, the wrestling court. After Judge. Family's a nice guy, turns out. Okay, it's a pretty common story and just makes Foley more suspicious. WWE and on here, Vince already paid everyone off. Sorry.
So words, bitch, shut your mouth because Vince has no more money and he's not going to pay you off to shut your mouth. That's what you guys think.
Yeah. She claimed also, Ultimate Warrior and Brutus Beefcake. Yeah, she fucked. But really, Dave Meltzer, really? I mean, come on, bitch. Okay. They're fuck for breakfast. Wrestlers, in my experience, are mostly a bunch of degenerate shits. Everyone is fucking everyone. This is why nothing is going to come out. Whoa. Foley has a history of hitting on women at signings. There are plenty of accounts online. Just use Google to find them. Google is such a powerful source.
It really is. It's got so much information.
And I don't know if people know about it, but it's GOOGLE.com.
You can just go find all this fucking shit yourself.
In that bar, like that engine,
like they can't do that. They just want to make up stories instead of just Google shit. That's all. So go on.
Okay, but Rick never asked for it. Women just threw themselves to Rick.
Sure. Yeah, because I asked to get in his shower, right?
Rick had lots of cocaine.
Sure, but what's that got to do with anything?
Based.
So did all of them. Like, everyone had cocaine. But so what are you talking about? Are you supposed to be making some sort of point? Is that the end of 4chan?
Yeah, and then there's this, wait, watch. Okay. Watch this. And then you look for it. See, this is the Google thing I was talking about.
Oh,
and then it's not found. Oh, my God.
And it's just like,
I wonder why.
Look, it says,
and this goes on.
Not found. How long are we going on right now? Is this
We're almost at an hour.
Okay, so let's go to our comment section. No, I can click back on it on here, right? Take down this and click back to our comment section to see the lovely comments we have. First, we'll take an opportunity to, just in case we get cut off, to welcome everyone who has joined us so far, and then we'll maybe get into another article with some comments. So far, as I said, Clive Froughton has joined us, Carmelo Panfil has joined us, Dave Cruz has joined us, Craig Prendergast has joined us, Sam Moxley has joined us, Tom Gaglione has joined us, Shanna Rose has joined us, Justin Doan has joined us, Chad Dorsett has joined us, Kay Meany has joined us, Chris Craven has joined us, Phoenix L. Ignorable has joined us. Anyone else? Jeff Landis has joined us. Ralph DeLuzio has joined us. Timothy Tim has joined us. Christina Jean has joined us. Yeah. Jerry Phil Cox has joined us. George Tenais has joined us. Rob Tillelli joined us, Bestie. Calvin Harrington has joined us. Greg York has joined us. Joe Cohen has joined us. Sean Rattray has joined us. Dimitri Williams has joined us. Ryan Fradima has joined us. Lee Platt has joined us. Joe Narniello has also joined us. And now we're going to go back up to the list, and we're going to read through some comments and supply you with some answers. So first up, Christina, you want to read the questions and I'll get to the answers.
Oh, Sam Moxley just says hey to us. You know, how have we been doing?
What's up?
Hey,
good.
All right. Chilling. Holidays coming up. Phoenix and Don and Gobernable will be at any events in NYC during WrestleMania week.
Will I?
Will you?
No, actually, I will never be at any wrestling events ever again in my life. And if you listen to this story, you kind of know why.
Jeff Landis, it's all set up for fame. It would have been all over the news and etc. Like, you just don't want to set up. Hold on. I would like to know if Jeff Landis is still tuning in. I'd like to know what part of this you think is set up and what would be accomplished by setting it up. So go on. Timothy Tim, just curious, why are you after mostly just Mick when you say many of them have done it?
No, well, and I've talked to you. You already know the answer to this, but that's fine. Right now, I'm focusing on Mick Foley. This show, again, I said, is just to focus on the comments of how we got harassed over the situation. But, and we got harassed mostly over the Mick Foley situation. And Mick Foley was the first target because I don't know of a whole lot of other people on the 20+ list that I have of people who are guilty of sexual contact with a minor that are going around trying to be representatives and counselors for rape and incest groups and trying to perform unslept projects and all these things to make themselves look like they're something that they're not. And I think it's very inappropriate to have these characters like Mick Foley around victims who are so vulnerable that they could very easily be taken advantage of by someone in such a high position who they look up to. So I hope that that's a good enough answer for you. Moving on.
Okay. Was a rat at a young age and no regretting it.
Okay,
now,
so as you looked on my profile, as I'm sure you did, Mark, I listed myself as a ring rat on the profile. So when
they're gonna let you know.
Yeah, so when you use that word, you're not insulting me as much as you're on my side backing me up, and I understand that you now understand the story.
And
so thanks for being on my side.
If she was regretting it,
it
wouldn't be anywhere on the profile. Like, it wouldn't be anywhere. You couldn't see it because she would be in denial. Like,
moving on.
Okay. Showing some love, Calvin.
Thank you, Calvin. All the love.
Sean Ratray. Fuck MICK FOLEY. Nice rack, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you, doll. Thank you.
Dimitri Williams, and this is what I was commenting to. Go on somebody's podcast and tell your story.
Okay. As
Stop
I've
talking if you don't
said so many times before. Like Christina said, you shouldn't talk if you don't know shit. I've been on podcasts and I have already told this story many a times, and just because you haven't seen it or heard it or looked on my timeline to see how many times I shared podcasts that I've been on to tell the story, just because you haven't seen it does not mean that it didn't happen. So do a little research. My name is spelled exactly how it is in the title. So if you just use that fucking Google thing that we were all so fond of, that we could find out so much information from, that could be helpful, maybe you want to do that. Moving on.
Joseph Nanarella.
What's this? I don't know what mascot means.
So
I don't know what MASOK means. So
there's no translation.
If you want to give us a follow-up or a translation to what that foreign language might be with that comment, we don't know what you're talking about. So moving on.
Yeah, Joe says MICK FOLEY is a liberal punk cis, just like fellow rapist Bill Clinton.
I couldn't agree with you more, Joe. Joe always has fascinating comments and very smart comments to make. So since we've gone an hour, having Wi-Fi problems. So we are, I think, still live streaming, but frozen. So maybe this will just turn back on and pick up where we left off. So sorry about this. It's bad weather here in Philadelphia, so this is what happens. So let's see if we could get back to this where it left off. Hopefully it'll just start playing. What the hell? And the thing is, we're at the end of the share, so let's just wait for my computer to stop acting like a douche, and we could get back to this so that we could just view the end. Oh, wait. Okay, we'll wait. We will wait. Because we're not doing this all over again. So we'll wait. I don't know if you could see what just popped up on the screen. It says kill or wait. I decided to wait and not kill it off because I just want to finish this stream off so that I can move on to the next one. Oh, come on. It's so windy here in Philadelphia. It's 22 degrees, so it's, I don't know. I guess it's affecting the Wi-Fi. Come on. Honestly, at this point, when my Wi-Fi stops acting like a douche and the video goes back on, pretty much I would imagine I'm just signing off and saying goodbye. So even though I'm still going to wait for the screen, let's see if it plays. And if it doesn't, just going to say thank you for tuning in anyway. It seems like there's like another 7 minutes left. So we'll try to play it out, I guess. But thank you for tuning in to Angel Amoroso versus YouTube for episode 8 of Fuck You, Mick Foley. And I hope you'll join me next time, which won't be very long from now, since I'm uploading each episode from Facebook Live one by one, and then doing another one this evening. Maybe, so here we go. We could do. I thought, here we go. Like the least amount of comments. We don't know. You know what? Let's go to my Facebook first, and I have to address this. On your Facebook? Yes. Open a tab there. We're going through the whole process here. We're going to go to my Facebook so that I may address this. Where we go? Please go to my timeline. Access out. Timeline. Keep moving. Okay. Now, I just want to go through this because I want people to know that as we're doing these videos, and these videos, as I said many times before, are to expose the public opinion, the court of public opinion on this issue, and expose to people how gang stalking and cyberbullying is so out of control. And it's not only the trolls, but it's also Facebook. Facebook wants to say that they're all about our security and all about being on our side, yet they let people leave horribly harassing messages, which we'll get to one in a minute. And I just found this on Twitter, that Twitter is another format that is not, you know, real great about letting you know what's going on in your own life. You have to search it out. So I seen today that one of the videos that myself and Christina made, episode, I believe 5 it was put up by this David Scott and said, Angel Amoroso outed as a source. Okay, and then they put the video, Dave Meltzer allegations, to go to my YouTube. And let's see who he sent it to. And here's the guy, and David Scott, and he sent it to this So Do TW, as you could see, and go to the next picture. You can see his followers. And he sent it to this Rovert guy. I don't know if you people know who this is or not, but I don't know who he is. He's got like 5,000 followers. And then the link to the video has been removed for violating YouTube's terms of service. I get it. They made a video themselves. See, it says Dave Meltzer allegations. So they took your video, downloaded it, and put it in their thing, talking about it. So, okay. So when other people are trying to talk about this situation and you know, get all the facts worked out, because now, you know, I'm answering questions that you morons or you won't leave me alone with. So go back on my timeline. And so now that people are trying to get that out, it's being censored. So just keep going up, because I think that's funny. Yesterday, while flicking through channels, I just want to add this in there, where Povich was on, and the topic was, my husband is a wrestler. Is he cheating with ring rats? So immediately, I got up, I took a screenshot of the fucking screen, and I listened a little bit. I'm not familiar with who the wrestler is or anything, but my point is that Maury Povich got up and he read the definition of what a ring rat was, and then they spent like, you know, I actually sat down, I buckled in for this, and I was like, okay, well, let me watch some, and they got very much into the explanation of what a ring rat was, and that's one of the first times I've seen that done, and I gotta say, bravo, because now that it's explained to people, maybe you know they'll stop throwing around the term so much, and then not knowing how to use it. Because when you call someone a ring rat, you know, you might want to know how they became a ring rat and why they are one. I move a little bit down because I'd like to also actually go to the wrestling bitch group, because I'd like for everyone to see this inbox message of this gentleman who keeps harassing me, and how I deleted him several times. However, Facebook allows him to continue to message me for some reason, and I suspect it's a Facebook employee. So, like I said, as you can see here, I blocked a stranger several times. However, I was reading that. However, Facebook has obviously ignored and blocked ignored the block, and allows him to send me messages on comments every day. Now you can read them. He says, "Suck my big black king dick, you fucking nasty, sleazy, bottom-feeding, groupie ass, skank cum burping, ugly cunt." That's a mouthful right there. Really is. You just want someone to feel sorry for your pathetic bitch ass. Go kill yourself already. Your worn-out, filthy pussy swells up into 1,000 pieces. In fact, die slowly, you pasty, pale, white, low-life cunt. And that comes from Keenan Porter. If you'd like to go to Keenan Porter's profile and tell him what you think there, I would really like to, and some of my Facebook friends told me their opinions about how someone, Chris Russo says that someone should send him a pipe bomb. I agree. And I did report him, Kay, and it's this is Facebook, and it seems like Facebook is against me instead of with me for some reason, allowing all this. I don't know. So off with that. And I think for this evening, we've probably taken up enough time. We have still a lot of Reddit to go through, and all of those podcasts and interviews that you were all looking for and saying that aren't done. Well, we're going to go through every single one of those, and we're going to read the comments out, and that's because that's what Fuck You, Mick Foley is all about. So please join us for our next episode, as we will be back shortly, perhaps tomorrow. Who knows? But for myself and Christina Jade, thank you for joining. Again, thank you for joining us. And before we go, if you want to join us on any other format, you get in touch with me on Twitter at Angel_Amoroso1. Also on Facebook is Angel Walsh, Angel Amoroso, and Angel Amoroso Versus. Also on YouTube, Angel Amoroso Versus, Dirty Dead Doll Productions, and Mermu YouTube. Also at Christina Jade Polis on Facebook. Instagram, Xtina Jade. And I have that running now a little bit. Follow her there, and follow us on YouTube. Also, Crazy Cunty Clown Posse in the house on the Angel Amoroso page. Go over and give that a like. Also, if you'd like to join Comment of the Day or Wrestling Bitch, send me a request and I'll hook you up with that. Otherwise, hopefully we'll see you for our next auction, and definitely see you for episode 8 of Fuck You, Mick Foley. And until then, have a great night and a great life. Okay, well, now that that's over, my computer froze again. All right, so here we go. All right, I'm going to shrink the screen so we could go back and not get into the next episode like it wants us to. All right. So, as you can see, my computer keeps freezing. So, be patient with me. As I thank you again for joining me on Angel Amoroso Versus for this episode of Fuck You, Mick Foley. And I hope that you will join me next time. I'm trying to move this out of the way, man. Until the next time, have a great night and a great life.